we seem to forget about it. Otherwise, hello there, everyone. Daedric Diamond here, and welcome to the continuation of Paradox Week. Tonight is Victoria 3. I would also like to take a moment to apologize for running absolutely late, as I ended up going into my own server and talking to some friends, and kinda got lost in conversation. Hello, I'm back. What did I miss? Nothing much. Just the fact that I began and that I was apologizing for being late to streaming because I was hanging out with some friends in Discord. So, you haven't missed much. Other than the fact I'm about to get into Victoria 3. Alright, so it looks like... Huh. Okay. Play without an objective and go to a country select. Economic dominance, hegemony, egalitarian society, the great game. Game rules. What is there? Releasable nations. Okay, loyalties, momentum, flags for subjects. Allow flag changes, may change based upon... Sarian is... Map color changes. Okay. Hola. We sidetracked him a bunch of us in the chat. Yeah, that's exactly what ended up happening. I got so sidetracked where I even got into a contingent with Sir Whitetoast on trying to fire a Kalashnikov AK-47 without the stock. Not the foldable one or the wooden one, just completely without it. And what did this all come from? Because, Duggo was using a TMP. Which just... gunfire go burr. No accuracy. Alright, so... play without an objective, go to the country screen. I guess we won't have an objective for now. Hi. I am seeing World War I. You know, I thought this was supposed to be like 1812. Okay, 1836. So I don't think anybody noticed that you were late, so you could have just said nothing and no one would have complained. I tend to usually start around, well... we'll say 25 minutes ago I should have started. But again, I was so absorbed into gun talk that I just kind of forgot about everything else. Alright, so 1836. What do we have for the selection around this time period? Obviously France. Hi, Spain seems like it's being, divided. Wait. We have Spain. Government Regency. Cardinalist Spain. Absolute monarchy. Wait, no, not the French. I'm not gonna play the French panda. Well, actually, maybe then again, I could do France better in this game, I feel. I mean, they don't exactly start with a massive territory, so... could potentially. Oh, gods, America. That's tempting. I might choose Texas. I say might. But right now, I'm just... hello, what is this? Unrecognized power. It's a principality. Compared to the Central American Republic here. We've got Britain. Texas, you say? Yes, Panda. Texas. Over here. Before Texas was, you know, a part of America. Yes, she's Texas. Come down here, we have fun. Standard of living, struggling, war and diplomacy. Wait, they're already fighting Mexico by this point? Really? That war is going on? Meant to say yes, choose Texas. I know, she said, you're not too far off from the Civil War. Oh. Okay, maybe I might have been thinking my history was a little off. I thought the Civil War was at least maybe 10, 20 more years down the road, but... Okay, I see. Culture. So there's culture. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm well aware this is effectively going to be like Hearts of Iron, but before that, I think I remember mentioning there was a mod where you can take your Victoria 3 playthrough and convert it into a Hearts of Iron 4 save. And then whatever you did here, you just carry on in that game. So I bet if you play for 20 years, the war will happen. Yeah, that's what I would have figured, because I was like, okay. I at least remember the Civil War being at least 20 years? Like, in the 1850s, 1860s? My memory on that's a little off. It's tragically one of those time periods I'm not actually too deeply familiar about. Hi. See the Baltic Governorate? I'm guessing they're a Russian puppet. Yeah, see, that's what I thought it was too. Well, except I was off by a few years. I thought it'd be 1864. Alright, so the Baltics is not looking great. They are struggling. Why, is everyone's standard of living terrible? Italy's not even united, so there's that. Impoverished. Can Greece expand its borders? This is tough. Who should I play as? Texas would be interesting. If the Baltics wasn't next to the Russians, I'd be tempted about the Baltics. It does not look as if... Okay, East India Company. It does have an overlord. It's 1836. No one lived in a good way at this point, I think. Alright, fair enough. So, Tunisia... I wonder if any of this can change. The docks... Serbia, that's not surprising. Bavaria... Oh, okay, I see. Rank. So then, who is number one? You know what? Why did I ask that? It should have been dead obvious. Oh, bought the East India Company. They'd be interesting playthrough. Hey, Prussia. Alright, so... Panda's screaming Texas. But I feel like I already took Panda's suggestion with Finland, so... I'm going to put that consideration at the bottom of the list. I don't know if there's the East India Company, and if it is, why wouldn't it just be a part of Britain? Do I really want to do Prussia right off the bat? That does feel like a major. And this spaghetti of an excuse of a setup already worries me. Apple State's run by the Pope. You know, I wonder. Cultures. Well, I guess they must have rooted out paganism by the... Hang on. Actually, let's look here. Okay. I see. Wait, what's this? 6 battalions current. I am thinking. I am tempted upon... Egyptians? Oh, because... Could be the Once Upon a Time pirates and be... Morocco. Once Upon a Time. I think I'm tempted to almost take you up on that. It's vulnerable to the French and Spanish invasion. Can Morocco survive the imperialist onslaught? Unique journal entries. You know what? I'm kind of tempted now. Shut their piracy down. Morocco would be interesting. Tunisia might be... No active wars or diplomacy plays. Namibia ideal. I know, I'm gonna spend, like, the next 30 minutes looking at this, and I feel at some point I should just choose someone. The Barbary Pirates. I think Tunisia would have been a part of the Barbary Pirates. Wait, hang on. Did the Ottoman Empire really get cut down? Why are they so small by this point? Are they already becoming the sick man of Europe? Because I at least... I mean, yeah, there was Napoleon's little adventure. Sounds like the Ottoman Empire. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I know the Ottoman Empire wasn't exactly the healthiest at this point, but... They're already like the sick man of Europe, and it's not even World War I yet. Hungarians. Go Impaler Ottomans. Go forth to victory, whatever the goal here is. Learning the game, Corbin, because I have never played this. I am just debating who I should play as. I've been between doing the Greeks, doing Texas over here. Been tempted on a Tunisia run, just for the sheer fun of it. But I'm open to other ideas. I mean... Yeah, I forgot about the Japanese and the Koreans. And look at that, Korea wasn't even divided yet, or a part of Japan. Gods, I can't make up my mind now. I mean... I'm kind of on that idea, Sir White Toast, but as the Greeks. Since I think they would probably be better suited for it. So many choices. Champa is, of course, the best choice. Champa? Ha! Aha! That's funny! They don't even have a ranking! Oh, it's part of the Ottoman Empire. You know what? I'm tempted on Morocco. I'm tempted on the Greeks. Ethiopia could be interesting. Ethiopia is pretty divided. Oh, I have to admit, that looks kind of cool. Orthodox compared to Sunni. Christianity. Hi. Animist religion. You know what? I think I have decided. For learning purposes of the game, I'm gonna try Morocco. See how it starts. Because I don't want to do something that's too over the top, but I don't want to do something that's... I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't want to start off a massive empire like Russia, because that is a lot to maintain. Or China, because that's a lot to maintain. Even the US feels like a lot of maintenance. Oh, Texas might have been an interesting choice. Well, I'm seeing countries I didn't even know existed. This was before the whole colonization, I'm guessing. Before the scramble for Africa, so... I am probably guessing this is a lot of tribals here. All I know is, at some point, is the Spanish and the French are going to invade. Alright, artillery shortage in the Moroccan market. No active research. Okay, let me see. I have the feeling I am going to be not in a good position. I have zero idea what I'm doing. So I'm gonna learn it on the go. So let's see, what do the Moroccans have? They, of course, have a standing army. Mandatory service they do not have. Artillery Society. I am curious now. Me, alright. Modifiers. Sunni devout. Morocco has cool architecture. And sand. Yes, architecture and sand. And no doubt a rowdy population. But it's fine. We'll figure it out. One way or another. Creation attraction. Yep, that's what I would expect. Everyone is running. Because why the hell do they want to live in architecture and sand when they can go to a place where there's food? And culture. Conscription rate. The sand here is made out of sand. Birth rate. Well, okay, at least we've got a birth rate, and it's not in the negative of 1,000 like it probably would be in the world of today. Alright, so I guess we've got slavery. I guess that's to be expected in this time period. Advantage, you don't have to worry about Anakin coming by and killing your youth. You know, I think I will have to at some point. Except he won't be called Anakin. He'll probably be... I don't know. Who was that conqueror in Spain? For Christian Spain. I'll have to worry about the the 1800s version of that guy coming down south and deciding, you know what, Morocco? No, you are part of Spain now. We have decided that. You are not allowed to object. Violent hostility status. Yeah, this gets very, very, very detailed. I feel like I'm already... Oh, are these things I can do? I mean, I see modifiers, but I think I also see abilities, too. Alright, diplomacy. Infamy. I am reputable, surprisingly. I guess this is before any kind of, infamy happened. So, let's see. That should be obvious, as I am based in North Africa. National cast, what is this? 18 characters. Oh, this gets very, 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 very detailed. Fun fact about Morocco's longest official unbroken treaties with Morocco. Census data. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Animist. We have a Jewish population? Huh. So, pagans, Jewish people, predominantly Sunni. Culture, we are as I would expect. Huh. Okay. Can this get out of my face, please? State. Fez. Political strength is with the aristocracy, the peasants being next. The serfs, clergymen, servicemen, shopkeepers, laborers, farmers, and at the very bottom, machinists. Are you telling me I can have a technocracy in this game? I am sorry if I am taking 1,000 years to do anything. It is because I am taking a moment to get used to this UI. Let's see. Alright. Loyalty has... Loyalist has radicals. Wait. Oh, man. I feel this is a pretty big UI to do. I would not even know where I would want to start. So, I'm thinking... Closure... Intensive agricultural... Alright, so 5 years. I am guessing it's because I am not very developed that that's going to take a long-ass time. 63, authority, influence. Current situation, artillery shortage, hardwood. So I'm guessing I can buy materials, right? I probably should have done the tutorial, but I'll figure it out. Acting any new laws. Alright, here we go. Loyalties and radicals. So, because I am... an absolute monarchy, I don't think I have much to worry about in terms of, well, I don't know. I say this, and yet that could change very quickly. Material waste, family ties. I even wonder if I can do any kind of reforms. Government, Sultanate, Patriarchal. Sorry, there's a tutorial? Yes, there is a tutorial. Laws? I don't even know if I can change any of this. Alright, let's see. Power structure. So, monarchy. Okay. Oh, okay. I could probably click on this and... Aha, I see. Alright, so... I'm guessing these are reforms I could make. Part of our laws, social monarchies. Well, a system in which the state positions itself as the ultimate mediator between the nation's corporate groups. The monarch is held as a symbol of the country's national identity, pretty much the same as any monarch would be. Alright, so... a professional army, national militia... I am so new to this. There is so much I could probably do. So, look at that. There's free speech here. Or at least the right of assembly. Alright. I have no idea. Okay. So all these reforms I could do. Could I do anything else? Maybe. Because, I mean, I can obviously change the laws, but can I do any other reforms? Me wonders. Institutions... Overview... Journal, let's see. Nation formation. Ah, here we go. So, in order to form this empire, I would need from all the way down there. And that's not presuming... Wait, hang on. Well, hell. I will have to worry about the French. God damn it. Alright, so... Always the damn French. You know, normally I'm either used to China or the British being my problem. In Hearts of Iron, it's the British. In every other game that I play that's similar like this, it's China. I believe Napoleon, I should have been defeated by this time. Is there a way I can check to see who's in charge? Overview, controlled by the French. Because I want to say he was gone by this time, because Napoleon was like, what? He was like 1806 to like 1818? No, Panda, I've been very, very slow on that. Like, I have almost everything except one last thing set up. Just that one little final bit, because I've been in the debate if it should be... I'll talk to you... I'll tell you what, I'll DM you after stream on that. Alright. Where is my money? How can I see my mon-mons? Because I see all this here. Oh, this is my money. I don't feel like I can afford artillery, so I'm going to go without artillery. Where is my army? Can I even see my army? Hi. Why is there anarchy here? Time-honored tribes around the corners of our nation have become increasingly difficult to control. If we don't demonstrate our authority, they might slip out of our grasp. Secondly, asking for much mahar is somewhat untraditional and quite rude. My nephew's thinking withdrawing if she insists. Good, my old friend. Okay. Alright, well anyways. 1815 is the end of the Napoleonic Wars. You're safe from the French madman. I wouldn't know about that. Just because the French madman has been dealt with does not mean the French themselves won't decide, you know what, maybe we'll take Africa. I mean, after all, right here, right here, right here, and right here. So, we're starting on a Wednesday of January 1836. And the only thing I have that's an issue is hardwood and artillery. Let's begin. Fens is improving relations. Started to improve relations. Currently, their attitude is cooperative. I don't know how I can go about doing that. Actually, is there a little diplomatical thing I could do? The Texan market. Texas. Can I actually, just for fun, open diplomacy? I could draft a treaty. I'm pretty sure they'll just tear it up. Like, what the hell do you want? You're all the way across the other side on the world. Interactions. Diplomatical actions. Ha 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 ha. That would have been funny. But man, am I too used to the idea of Hoey 4. So, this is definitely way more complicated. I'm gonna do something real quick before I continue. Please do not mind that random noise. I'm just going to have that there while I play the game. Spending in Upper Canada, or spreading in Upper Canada, British repurpose. Nice that they give me news here. France damaging relations. Started our mutual relations, which are currently domineering. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm guessing the French have decided, no, you are going to be our colony. Alright, so... dependents, unemployed... Oh, how the hell do I play this game? Alright. Can I make buildings? Oh, I think I actually can. Alright. What I need is wood. Well, time to disappear. Have fun, guys. I'm going to probably fuck up and fail. But it's fine. You know, as much as I hate to say this, I'm gonna do this real quick. I am going to save. I'm going to go back to the main menu. There's a reason. I'm going to hit new game, and I'm gonna learn the damn game. Oh, I can choose. You know what? Sure, we'll choose the last one. Just so I can learn the damn game. Alright, the year... be Sweden. Alright, let me back out. Because I want to learn the damn game. Alright, play the Swede. Alright, the year is 1836. Next. Victoria 3 is about taking charge and shaping a Victorian-era country with a primary focus on economics and politics. You'll be constructing a society of your own imagination while overcoming internal and external obstacles. Political diplomacy are all tools at the end, but you must be employed with care as your population have needs. Victoria 3 is a dynamic simulation with many moving parts. All actions will have consequences, even unintended ones. This is normal and expected. You do not have to learn how everything works before you play. Take it slow, learn from your mistakes, and you will soon be an excellent policymaker. Oh, yeah. WASD, that's the basics. Sometimes you'll see underlined text. Aim concept. Hover your cursor over such text, get information, tooltip, underlined. Oh. This is a tooltip. Thank you. Alright, so bureaucracy, authority, and influence. Treasury over here. Okay, okay. Left side of the screen, buttons can take you to showing the overview of different aspects of Sweden. Some information. Feel free to look around. Pretty much like I was doing earlier, but as Morocco. Close that for now. Lenses introduction. Along the bottom of the screen are 4 lenses. These provide easy actions you can take to shape your country, combined with information needed to make a good decision. Production for expanding industries to produce goods and provide details. Politics for managing government population details. Policies for initiating... okay, okay, okay. Oh, I see. Decrees? Establish a colony? Okay. Okay. open the lenses for any information. Each lens has its own map mode. Zoom in and out and look at the map and see... Alright, so... This is telling me, I think... Engage. What's for? Pervasive. And that's immediate neighbors. Okay. How long have I been at this? Man, really? At this point, this is just learning the game. Okay, wait. Close the lens. Alright, can I close the lens? There we go. Pausing introduction. Put this to 1. The journal. You've been given your first tutorial. We have unpaused the game. Oh, okay, we pause the game to read you to unpause using the spacebar. When you're ready, open the journal entries to begin. In the journal. Is this my journal? Okay. Tell me how, tell me why. Expand the livestock ranches in Gotland. One way of growing your economies by constructing expanding buildings. You cannot always know ahead of time if a certain building will be profitable or not. But expanding a basic agricultural building, such as livestock rally, is a relatively safe investment. Alright, so... Expand a basic building... Been tasked with expanding an ultra-colonial in one of your states. As you play the game, more tutorials like this will appear in your journal. Excuse me, I must destroy something that has entered my chat. Maliciously. Get wrecked. You have been wrecked. Ah, can I... that back to there. Put that back to there. Alright. You can either try tell me how button for a walkthrough, and you can tell me why for a more in-depth explanation. Alright, tell me how. Building states can be clicked on a map. You can see which building already can be built there. Find a state called Gotland. This is not Gotland. Gotland... Wait, this is Gotland. Fuck. Because it's the whole damn thing. That's the city. Building. Okay. To expand, click on livestock ranches. Iron mines. Hang on. Livestock. So this is CEO's recreation after being severely injured on XCOM 2 with Corbett yesterday. Yes, library. This has been my little recreation that I've been doing while having that go on in a game that I will eventually be playing. Eventually. I am planning my own XCOM 2 campaign. I'm just probably gonna wait a while, but... Well, I feel blind. You can now see the detail... production... The hell does it say do that? Hang on. Now see detailed information, livestock ranches building... Oh, right there. It's flashing in my face. I think I understand. Can I now get out of this? Alright. Let us now proceed. I didn't mean to do that. Maybe do 3. Establish a new company. The game just now gonna have me wait on the livestock thing. Oh, only 12 weeks. It's fine. Tutorials for Victoria 3. Yes, color me impressed. This game is all about trade and commerce. You know, I honestly don't know. A part of me thought this game would be a more fanciful version of Hearts of Iron, but... well, now it might just play a little more like Crusader Kings when I take a closer look at it. But even more complicated than that. I thought Crusader Kings was pretty damn complicated. Well, not really. Hi, are you telling me to look at things? Radical. What is this radical movement? Only played HOE4 in EU4. I find it already complicated. Yeah, man, maybe that's what I'm mixing up. European Universal, yeah. That was the one I thought was the Musket game. Shit. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, did I fuck something up? I need to look something up real quick. So I just started thinking about this, like, wait, hang on. Huh. Okay, hang on. I have realized my mistake. No wonder this felt so different. No wonder I was looking at something and then thinking to myself, wait, why is everything about this game off? And then it dawned on me. I mean, this is still a Paradox game, it just... EU4 is what I was thinking for some reason. Oh, alright, well... I know what I gotta grab here. Confess, what's the mistake? I thought EU4 and Victoria 3 were effectively the same game. That's my mistake. I guess it's because when I take a look at both of them, they both have muskets, but one is like gunpowder of the primitive, and this is more like refined gunpowder. Because EU4 takes place in the 1400s, and this is taking place in the 1800s. Oh well, you know what? It's fine. A bit different. Well, you know what? I'll give it an honest try. So far, I gotta say, this probably is not my cup of tea. At least that now gives me an idea for Saturday. Think of the other RTS games. Yeah, that's what I thought for some reason. I guess that's why I was just thinking. Ever played any Total War? I have played Total War. I played the older ones. I haven't exactly played the newer ones, like Troy and... Oh, what was that Bronze Age one? Egypt? I know it featured Egypt, but you can play more than the Egyptians. But Egypt was intended to be the main play. Yes, I am indeed learning. Oh, hang on. Something is flashing on my screen. Two things are flashing on my screen. Atmospheric engine location. Though the widespread introduction of the atmospheric engine in the mining industry, productivity is at an all-time high. When steam first began pumping and wheels go around so many revolutions per minute, early called business habits were intended to make the life of man run in harmony with steam engine, and his movement rival the engine in functionality. I'm sure we can squeeze just a little more from these machines. This has great imperfections for transport. Perhaps there's an even better way. Let's see. It's on railways, on water tube boiler. I have not done Three Kingdoms, though. Here we go. We enter the Industrial Revolution. I think we need to have the implementation for some railways, so we need it for transportation. Austria has gained foreign rights in Transylvania. Spear, reckless, expand, livestock. It's telling me that it's done. Oh, I need to do it again, don't I? Alright, well... Hang on. Scotland... Let me find... I'm sorry, I can make skyscrapers? Is it already at that time period? Oh, alright. It needs to be a few more weeks. I mean, yeah, I didn't think it was that early. I thought it was at least the 1900s. I know, you want me to join and have the massive conversation, but I actually kind of want to at least attempt to figure this out. Irish National Awakening. The Irish National Awakening has begun in Munster. I can see the Irish have already decided that, no, we are not part of the British, we are Irish. We are proud Irish. He wants time to himself. I did say I'd be back in as soon as I got done streaming. With as confusing as this game is so far, I feel like this is not going to be a long stream, as I'm already feeling pretty dang brain-racked. Probably not helping that the fact it was also a very, busy day where I was at. Because I know this gets very, very, very detailed. Is that 2 weeks already passed yet? No, now it's 3. Well, Furry man having racked brain. Listen, I made the mistake of assuming Victoria 3 and EU4 were the same game. In fact, I think that's kind of where my brain derped. Hoy, shipmate. Hoy, welcome, welcome, Stair Striker. I mean, aside from learning this game, Building expanded. The expansion of the ranches in Gothland you ordered some time ago is now complete. The building can now support a larger workforce. Produce more goods. You will also no longer have to pay for weekly material costs for goods required in its expansion. In which you can order the expansion of buildings across Sweden is limited. Construction sector, which can be expanded in the exact same way as industries having constructor sector built in the same states as buildings under construction will increase construction efficiency. Okay. But also skyscraper time here is probably quite different compared to the modern skyscraper. I imagine it's not as big as impressive as, let's say, the World Trade Center. Bark Bark and Ow. Yes, this game is much more focused on diplomacy and economic infrastructure, less so grand military strategy. Which is more what I was hoping for. I was hoping for more grand military strategy, but so far I have only been left feeling like I'm playing SimCity, but on a global scale. No, I don't understand, but I'm going to pretend to understand. Change any production method on rye farms in Seaboland. It's got to land. Let me go find. Ah, just the one above. Gasp! Daedric barks! It's because someone else in my chat barked. I only just read the chat. Alright, so let's go find... production. Oh, here we go. How do I change? I am high levels of confusion at the moment. Probably not helping is how everything is set up. Alright, tell me how. Production methods can be changed from the building's details panel. We will continue to use the rye farms in Severland as an example. Look for rye Severlands in several state panel. Oh. Select any production method. Harvesting process production method. Secondary, current potatoes. Simple farming, harvesting tools. Oh, hang on. No. Okay, so I guess we're now going to use oxes. I don't know if that changes much. Nothing under construction. Okay, so that's everything, right? Okay, I already did all that. Production method, harvesting tools. Powered plow, harvesting tools. What's the difference? Hang on. Steam tools, steam powered. I don't exactly have the ability to make tractors yet. And wait, tractors? I am confusion and delay. This is where I go and grab a drink. Oh, BRB. Okay, I'm back. So, this game is much monopolizing and building and money-making of a Paradox game. This game is in depth. I don't know why my brain, for whatever reason, thought EU4 was Victoria 3. I guess that's why at one point when I was making the schedule, I had Zim be like, yo, when did Victoria 4 come out? And I was just like, what? I could have sworn the 4th game was out. Alright, Zim. I figured it out now. It's because I mistook Europe Universal 4 for Victoria 3. Wrap your head around that. Alright, well, Grandocious, I had a big, I guess what they would term Kobold Brain moment. At least now I've got another plan to do. I understand. As much as I dare hate to say this, I think I'm going to have the stream just be this tutorial. Because I feel this is where I'm going to probably be spending a good chunk of the game. Yeah, I mean, I've already done that. Can that go away? Journal entries. Pause. Tibetan expedition? Excuse me? You're telling me I can expedite all the way over to Tibet? Makes sense. This game looks like we're one I'd need. Yeah, this should be one of those games I think I'd have to do more in-depth off stream to get a feel for it. Then again, I will say, this is also coming from the guy that, for whatever reason, thought this was the same as Europe Universal 4. All places like Arctic or Antarctica. Why Tibet? I am just as confused, Library. I am just as confused. I'm sure there's probably some historical reasoning behind it, but I'm just not familiar. In fact, I dare say the 1800s is probably one of those things I'm not too deeply familiar with, aside from, like, maybe 1800 to 1815. After that, I'm pretty much learning that. In short, meaning I have no idea. I'm just even surprised this game goes up to skyscrapers. Then again, I think I also remember this game had tanks in it, too. So I at least know it goes up to World War I. And they do show that. Learn the game. Alright, hang on. The timeout in 9 years. What is this? We'll complete. If any Swedish building is an arts academy, has activated traditional art, a workforce is greater than 90%. Triggers, isn't it romantic? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it grand? Welcome to years after Napoleon loses his lovely world-mongerer. I didn't think this game went that far. I mean, they literally show World War I stuff, at the very least. I guess wrap a head around that. Oh. There's already supremacist movements in this time period? Alright, what do they like? Citizenship, national supremacy, no surprise. I am not surprised the least bit. So they operate as I would expect. Radical movement, what do you operate under? You like a parliamentary republic, universal suffrage, distribution of power, free speech, right of assembly, a national guard, guaranteed liberties, public school. What do the absolutists like? Oh, who am I kidding? That should be obvious. Protestant traditionalist movement. I am beginning to see very much a similarity with Stellaris. The rate I'm going, I might be lucky if I even get to 1840. So I need an art school somewhere. Can I even fit an art school? Hello, what is this? Is the game trying to tell me I am going to be poor? I might even see a Swedish Civil War instead if you're not careful with your decisions. Library, at the rate I'm going, I feel I'm going to be conquered first. Like this Grand Duchy of Finland, probably with the blessing of Russia, could invade me, and I'd have zero idea how to respond to it. I am not seeing anything for an art school. Oh, here we go. Sure, let's build an art academy up here. Want to help me in Victoria 3? I don't know if I could help. You know, I never got a name, by the way. I see Loves Mit 7 Ye's God. Now that I think about it. This game is in-depth. I definitely watch a more in-depth guide. Yeah, this and one other game, I swear, I'm going to have to watch in depth, which is a non-Paradox game one. And that was, oh, what the hell was that game's name? Funny thing is it played like an older game, too. Like, graphically-wise, it looks like something in the 90s, but I know it actually isn't. Oh, let me look it up. What was that game again? I know, at this point, I'm avoiding this game. At least playing it. I think it was Shadow Empire, that's what it was called. Yeah, Shadow Empire. That's another one of those games I bought and actually wanted to learn. Because it ends up being pretty dang complicated. Oh, fantastic. I'm even surprised if Tsars won a piece of Sweden after they defeated the last 2 European wars ago. You know, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the Russians just simply swarm over Norway and Sweden. And be even more scary and big than they probably already are. I mean, geez, look at this! They're already in Alaska. They're pretty deep into the, wait, hang on. Okay, so I'll say, did they break that into 2 parts? But yeah, look at this thing. It doesn't even fit on the regular map, like Sweden. This is even before Germany was united. Well, I'll say, playing this has certainly now put me in the mood for Crusader Kings. You know, the only other 2 Paradox games I can say I've yet to play now, which I will do in the future, is the EU4 one and the Rome one, surprisingly. Yeah, there was a Rome game. Political lobbies. Okay, the ascension of Oscar. With the end of Karl John's reign, Oscar Benedite has ascended the Swedish throne. Ah, let me read. Let me read. It's making you want to play a different game. Oh, you'll be fine. If Russia attacks, you'll be friendly with the Anglos and the Frenchies. Not the greatest outcomes the game tries to shoot for. Well, I heard this game got pretty mixed reviews. Actually, I looked it up not too long ago. This game has mixed reviews. At least on the overall. Alright, long live the king. For his reign is probably going to be very short, because I'm going to probably do something very stupid, and I'm going to be probably filled with only regret. Now, I think I'm seeing a similarity here. Ha ha! Alright. Where's this other army? No, that's a navy, not an army. Well, all DLCs of Games Paradox nowadays are mixed review. Yeah, that is true. I know I have my complaints with Hearts of Iron 4 with its battle doctrine. Which, by the way, Toast, if you're still playing the, Old World Blues, at least they kept their battle doctrines traditional, and instead of making you choose once you get enough experience, you just get bonuses. Though I do want to learn the robots and power armor doctrine, or at least how they work. Because when I've done that, the battle doctrines I've used for that mod was either the Trooper one or the Legion side of the Tribal Warfare, I think. You know, now that I'm thinking on it, I don't think I ever streamed it. I have played it, I just never streamed it. It does have doctrines. Yeah, it has doctrines. I mentioned them. It's just the doctrines are as you would... Okay. I'm gonna do my best to explain this. I feel at the rate I'm going, I might just swap over to Hearts of Iron 4 just to quickly demonstrate what I mean. And I probably should have mentioned it. How long have I been at this? Because I will definitely say... I am not feeling this game. At least yet. I'm sure this game's probably good. It's just... very overwhelming to take. All in one sitting. Like, don't get me wrong. I get the premise. It's good. I just don't know if we'll get to a war at this... Hi, what's going on here? Why has this all got this Islamified tile? Why are there a bunch of camps here? Holy hell, what is going on? Hi. Oh, they're actually fighting! Look at that! That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. So it seems these red guys got taken from the side, and they're cheering their little victory on. Okay, I think I see. The red guys are getting pushed back by whoever these green guys are. Hang on. Does it tell me? Is there a way I can see the diplomacy? Okay, so they're getting invaded by Tripitolania here. See, a new actual battlefield. That's pretty cool, I had to confess. Excuse me, I'm going to eat a little something while I watch this amazing... we shoot from what looks like a makeshift cover thing. I am starting to get Empire Total War vibes. Except they kind of got a little lazy with the fortifications. What an engaging fight animation. Well, it looks primarily just musket fire. French National Awakening has begun in Normandy. The hell? It's not as bad as Hoey 4 battle animation, but still. Actually, I think I like Hoey 4's better. And probably after that, Crusader Kings. I mean, what I will give is that at the very least, they try to make it look like a battlefield. I guess whenever they get around to Hoey 5, maybe what they could do is probably, because they're doing this kind of thing, maybe have it to where, depending upon your doctrine, you'll see what's in use. Of course, it also would depend on what you have too, but maybe see more like the tactics in effect. Like, I don't know, for example, if you're using a human wave strategy, you'll see, like, waves of infantry charging at your opponent. And if you got something like, let's say, the grand defense strategy, or the defensive planning strategy, you'll see something akin to this, but like trenches. Or if, you know, you got the artillery doctrine, you'll see way more artillery in use. Oh, have a good vacation. I hope it'll be a good one. How goes the British? Are they recreating the Empire for the glory of the Queen? No. If anything, only so far I've been is trying to learn the game, but I think I've done anything but learn the game, because I've been so admirative of the battlefield. But aside from that, it's been head-scratching mechanics, and it's honestly made me want to play a different game. Like, I'm actually kind of tempted to just cut my loss and swap to Hoey 4. Or maybe Crusader Kings. Wouldn't that require a lot of memory to run that, because of how large the battles would be, a big front line that would be? I mean... this game's already pretty demanding enough as... Oh. I guess they won the war and they just... Did they annex them? Oh, they've been annexed. Equestria at War Hoey Fort. Saturday. That is planned. Alright, chat, I have decided. My brain is already racked so pretty hard. But at least I got to enjoy seeing the battles. So I'm swapping games. I've decided. Yeah, I wanted to give the game a chance, but I feel that's one of those games where I'm gonna stare at it. I'm gonna be confused. And I'm gonna just... I don't know. I'm gonna rage. Actually, no, maybe not even rage. Just cry more. Alright, you know what? I'm feeling a crusade calling my name. So, I'm gonna do another round of, Crusader Kings. Excuse me that I now must change the, games category real quick. Let me go do that. And the title. And now I gotta do on the other end. And that will take a while to load up. By any chance next week, do you want to do Schedule 1? I can fit that in. I will just let everyone know the next Thursday, Friday, I will not be home. I will be out of friends. IRL. Play a territory in Asia and create yourself as the leader and start out as a 10-year-old because you'd be able to get some extra stuff to learn. He is talking to himself. Please excuse the fact that Crusader Kings will take a while to load up. And that is if the game hasn't just decided to give me the black screen right off the bat. Allow me to restart the darn game. Go get a snack and drink. I am already snacking. I have already been having something to nab down on while I await. Problem with Paradox games is they take a while to load, so, I hope everyone is having a good night. I will say, I feel pretty dumb for having thought Victoria 3 and EU4 were the same game for some reason. At this rate, I'm not surprised by the Pokeball incoming. Problem with Paradox games, when you swap between them, it takes a long while. Ah, sorry. Had to chuck something down. My night's been pretty good so far. Not sure what to have for dinner, though. Debating on nuggets or French bread pizza. Cheesy bread. Cheesy bread and nuggets. Good combo. Have you ever done World of Warships? I haven't even done World of Tanks. Okay. Well, we now have the loading screen of the Chinese old man looking at a younger Chinese man and probably lecturing him about the rules for life. The game is at least loading up. Remember, 3 rules for wife. And to know when you will have good wife, as evidenced by the lady looking out the window. But Daedric, wow, every so often he has Azura Lane anime babies as captains. Well, this is a weird Victoria 3. He's also riding a donkey. Rules for wife is wild. Listen, it may or may not have once been a parody of, what was it, 3 rules for life? Or is it 7 rules for life? Something something was the work of Jordan Peterson. I think it was 3. Ah, hell, I can look that up. I got time while this loads up. Nope, okay, I was wrong. It's 12. Why did I think 3? Okay, well, absolutely forget me. I apparently have the memory of a goldfish. So the joke should be 12 rules for wife. This image reminds me of Romance of the Three Kingdoms game. I know, chat. We're probably going to be staring at it for at least a good 5, 10. Hang on, let me see where it's at. I'd say a 5 good to 10 minutes, give or take. We're dividing from 4. That's why you thought of 3. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just didn't remember that many rules. I thought it was a relatively low number, but no, it was actually pretty high. Oh yeah, right, the guy is riding a donkey. Why did I think it was a horse? I didn't even realize that. I mean, I see it now. I thought it was a horse, like a really small horse, but no, it's a donkey. But I mean, at least the old man has the attention of the lady looking out her little, box thing. I wonder how Dale's gonna play the new beta version 6 for Divide and Conquer. I do need to get back into that as well. Honestly, that's another one of those things I've been wanting to pick back up, but then just haven't had the time. As Confucius says, if game is loading, play these games is better than being idle. Dale looks like it starts off as 1 Providence now. Really? Wasn't Dale like 2 originally? Or did they just decide to rebel a territory that they have? Or am I confusing Dale with Dalameroth? Because I think Dalameroth was like, what, 1? Then again, Dalameroth also is near Gondor, too. Actually, is Dalameroth even playable? Depending on the species of donkeys that are the low-end crossbreed 2 horses. Ah. I think the Scandinavians had the smaller horses. You know, now that I'm thinking on horses, I really have to give it to Ocarina of Time for making me think horses are small. Because then I play freaking Breath of the Wild, and then I see a horse, I'm just like, this thing's a fucking tank. And then everyone has to remind me, Actually, horses are very big creatures. They're not the tiny little things that you think they are. They're fucking massive. I mean... that is true. That is true. It's just, again, when I think of a horse, I always think of the tiny little thing from Ocarina of Time. Dale was 3, and basically the lore they are going with now is that they basically spent all their money on rebuilding Dale itself and have to reconquer Lake Town and whatnot. You're thinking of ponies, not horses. Ponies are smaller. Yes. Strong or working horses. I also do apologize for the long load screen. When I normally stream this stuff, I'd normally have the game preloaded, but as you can tell, in this one of a rare chance where I have decided that Victoria 3, I'm just not feeling it. Delonroth is like 5 now? Okay, well they got an upgrade. At least in version 5 they are. Alright, how much longer? Okay, it's getting up there in the memory, so it can't be too much longer. Also thought Hoey 4 took a while to load, my lord. Yeah, Hoey 4 actually loads pretty damn quickly. This game takes a little longer. If I had to say in load times, I think Hoey 4 is the quickest, Stellaris is the next quickest. This is third. Actually, no, maybe... I think Victoria 3 might be a little quicker, but... Well, then again... I was not paying attention to the load times. I think actually might be that Victoria 3 is a bit quicker, because when I looked at the gigabytes, it wasn't that much in terms of space. This, on the other hand, because it has a lot of DLC. Yeah. But hey, I'll have to compare that to EU4 when I get my hands on that. I probably will have to compare them. But do you own all the DLC? I know for Victoria 3, I bought it in a pack. But I definitely know for Crusader Kings 3, I got all the DLC. So that's probably the reason why it's taking so long. With, like, 1 or 2 mods. That's it. I mean, all these games are just covered up Excel spreadsheets. Yeah, that's true. But I will say, at least with Crusader Kings, it's got a more simplified UI, so... Cool upgrade Gaff's car or RAM to help with the game. I do have a different PC I've yet to test. I've primarily been running this one because, well, it's what's been working out so far. But yes, I do have another PC I've been meaning to test, which I will probably do after I do Paradox Week. Alright. I think this is gonna be a more of a fun run. Like the last time I did this. Alright. Because I am having fun, I'm going to start right in the heart of Italy. I am going to load up an adventure I've done the last time. I am going to load up Pandar of the Dinosaurs. Because that's what I've decided. Extreme computer and the one you play on. I could probably do that at some point. I probably could use the other one to play the game and the other one to stream. I've heard of people doing that. Me, not so much. Hello, I've heard my name being called. What is going on? I have decided. Wait, what? Hang up. Right, I forgot I did that as a joke. I forgot I did that as a joke. You know what? I'm gonna continue the joke. Alright, so... I need to look something up real quick. I am then going to... quickly customize this emblem. We roar because we love Jesus. That's our motto. I'm at work, so I'm not watching. I'm only listening. I don't know what's going on. Don't worry about it, Panda. It's fine. I'm continuing an old joke. Pandar is a dinosaur. Okay, not worrying. Hey, Panda, what was your favorite color again? I think it was like, what? Black and red? Be concerned, Panda. Be very concerned. It's fine! Don't worry about it! I've totally done this joke before. Started more going with purple. Ah, well, good thing I threw a little bit of purple in, too. Alright. Where is that Armenian cross? There we go. There's that Armenian cross. We will make that a bright purple. Actually, that's too much purple. I'm gonna change that to be a little more blue. Actually, yeah. Move that. Perfect. There we go. Finish. Is that not pink? Adjust the design. Let's make it more of a darker purple. There we go. Finish. Alright, here we go. Gar. Wow. Pandar. Dinosaur. Let's see. Zealous and Wrathful. I see Daedric is going Eastern Orthodox. No! This is that very, very different one. Founded by the apostles of Bartholomew and Thaddeus, the Armenian Apostolic Church rapidly gained followers in the region and it shepherded the Kingdom of Armenia into becoming the first state ever to adopt Christianity as its official religion. Put that up here. In short, it's one of those more localized Christianities, if that makes any sense. Yes, the Armenian Christians are very different from the Eastern Orthodox and the Catholics. Actually, you know, now that I think about it, how many forms of Christianity are there in this game? Catholicism and Orthodoxy, which are the two common ones. There's the Coptic, which is usually found in Egypt, I believe. Then there's the Armenian one. Catharsicism? What? All matter was created by Satan, therefore inherently tainted with sin. Cathars believe the only way to achieve salvation is to reject the materialistic world with all its worldly desires. Like, yeah, look at this. Look how many forms of Christianity here. And mind you, that's just within the medieval period. Imagine all iconoclasm? What? Hang on. Believing that any use of the spiritual symbols violates the second commandment. To not make any graven images, the iconoclasts seek to destroy the existing religious iconography and reject the creation of the new ones? Okay, well then. Because I know usually when I tend to play, I usually roll with the Baltic faith, which is the, Vitalism here. But no. Ever? Oh, I see. Okay. Adamites claim to have recaptured Adam and Eve's original state in innocence by shedding their clothes. A group of Adamites, often living in a state of absolute lawlessness, claiming that due to this innocence, their actions can be neither good nor evil? What? Hang on. Natural privilege is an unusual, blasphemous attempt to oppose order creation. We embrace naturism and live as God intended, wild and free. That does not sound like a very panda thing. That sounds like a panda would panic kind of moment there upon hearing that. I know, panda. I know. I think I'll stick with the apostical. It's funny. Look at other traits before I begin. Don't you have, like, points you can use? I am almost at 400. By the way, when I did this yesterday, getting possessed right off the bat. Not a good time. Oh yeah, and the lover's pox. That ruined my run. You know what? I think I'll leave it as it is. This is a joke run anyway. Well, on the bright side, you've now picked Christianity and Christians cannot be possessed, so you got that going for you. Panda, you can be Christian and still be possessed in this game. This game is RNG, no matter what you do. Like, I am not kidding. The only thing I might actually not have the... Well, hang on. I might still have the trouble. I mean, yes, I am playing a Christian faith. I don't exactly have a European culture going on here. Oh, well, let's see what happens. We are going to start. We are going to gain 2 followers for learning purposes. Asian culture. No. Ancient Egyptian. That's like Egypt before the Arabs showed. Hi, Panda. I see you're taking in Daedric's head. Is a glitch taking the day off? Well, welcome, Lemon. I did a little Victoria 3, and I was so confused I opted to just do this instead. I'm going to go to the barber. You know, actually, I think that fits. Let's make it in black. Can I change anything else? I can. I will put that in purple. Where is... I know there is... I remember seeing it. No? Ah, there is. I just gotta find it again. What was it called? There we go. Perfect. Yes. I have done it. Can the barber help you? You're a magician that can make your hair grow. Listen, I'm not gonna go overboard with the customization. I mean, as much as I would like to. You know what, there. That's a humble holy man. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Barbers at the time are also used as doctors. That's... surprisingly true. There we go. There's a simple holy man of Panda. Don't worry about it, Lemon. It's fine. He may not look it, but he is a very devout man to God. That's why he roars to Jesus Christ. His Lord and Savior. And yes, I would like to remind everyone this is a joke. Panda does not roar to God, as far as I know. Do you, Panda? So you're in charge of a kingdom, or a roaming band. I am a roaming band. You know what? I'm actually gonna leave the name. Because that's funny. I don't roar, but I do cry out to him. You know, jokingly, that could be close enough. But I'll leave that name. I think that name fits. Alright. And so we begin the random adventure of a man who looks nothing like the scenery, but it's fine. He has his devotion. It'll be all good, chat. Trust me. Alright. Alright, on second thought, I need to do something real quick. A man of learning, because he always likes to study, so he will be scholarly. Wait, no, I didn't choose it. Damn it! Select. Can you roam around a Vagabond circus in this game? I don't know. He's becoming a scholarly man. I'm not gonna say no. Hired muscle. Yes, totally. Alright, now let's go back. Is there any scholarly stuff? Hireling, Justicator... Did I grab companions? I can't even remember anymore. Spy Master Pandar took the Silk Road to visit the new areas and learn new things. I will say, last night when I did this, I took my character all the way from Finland, traveled all around, got kicked out by a bunch of Catholic lords, didn't bother to stay in Spain for too long, got kicked out by a bunch of Arab lords, made it to India, had a little bit of a breather to only be kicked out there again. Got around here, finally caught a little bit of a break. And then I made it all the way to Japan to crusade for wife. Only to be imprisoned in Korea and then die. And then I had to do that all over again for another hour to finally accomplish it. And to not feel very accomplished. But hey, at least I tried to keep the weeb dreams true. Nothing wrong with having a weeb dream. I don't think I'll do anything that wild this playthrough, though. It's no more Flora Vega Band, Christian to wander from west to east. Alright. And the Pandar of the Dinosaurs will take his camp with him. And thankfully for him, he doesn't have to actually go that far. We will go by the boat. And we will die by the boat. Because that's what I have decided. We're boating. Because boating is safe. Boating is best way to travel when you're a traveling lord. It's time to make Pandar learn trading too. Oh yes, definitely. Alright, I'm going to head out now. I'm done with work, and Mike and I are going to head to the bar. I'll see you later. I never took you the drinking type, Panda. I'm learning something tonight. I know, watch. Eventually I'll have the favor returned. Ah yes, this is Daedric. We're going to make him this very cursed pagan man, and we're going to have him somehow rule all over the, Scandinavians. I'm just gonna drink Coke and eat Picasso. I don't think they serve that at a bar. I mean, like, peanuts, yes. But that kind of thing? Not that I would imagine. Okay, martial duties, diplomacy. Serve it here. Okay, fair enough. Alright, what was your skills again? Okay, so your diplomacy is a 10. Your martial is a 10. Your stewardship is 8. And your entourage is terrible because I've decided that's just how it's gonna be. Your intrigue, sorry. I don't know why I keep mixing the two up. Alright, diplomacy it is. Hinob with a ruler. Before we do, let us mingle in the tavern. Who is that? Hi, we have a 42-year-old. Whom I'm not about to steal from, in terms of recruitment. Hello, Mr. Man of suspicious nature with a 26 skill. I am not going to use you. I'm going to see who's up for recruitment. Alright, let's see how it fares this time tonight. We have a 27-year-old who is a covetous caravan, who has a diplomacy skill of 14, a stewardship of 16, a scholarly of 11, martial 8, and 4 intrigue. We have an old woman who is 23 scholar, but just kind of sucks at everything else. And we have this man over here who is... Damn, now I'm torn. Good scholarly. But you are temperate, which is considered a virtue. Are you traveling with your mother or your nurse? I'm traveling with the powers that be. Alright, anyway, These two cost. You're free, so I'm gonna grab the free one because you have a virtue about you. I'm not gonna worry about supplies. Go to the local training ground. And I guess the nice thing about being Christian is I don't have to worry about being kicked out. Well, not of the same deviation. At least I don't have to worry about them getting rid of me over religion. Though culture might still be a bad thing. But as long as I stay on the Lord's good sides and don't piss them off, I should be fine. Master of Arms, 27. You know, I could spend a little money to get Pandar's, prowess up. We will remove the boat. We will travel. Let us get on with the task. Auto-invite. You know, I will say this. At the very least, Pandar's character design wasn't too bad. Because I know when I played with my character, I get stressed up the wazoo. And end up becoming rakish over it. Dab in the hand. Let's see. Learning Mind. Challenge 92. Could show off, remain aloof, or get a little bit of that. You know, I wish to impress. In fact, let's kick up that game speed. Paid in advance. St. Matthew, I will have my money. Diplomacy. Play it entirely safe. You know, I shouldn't. I don't want people getting mad at me, so we're gonna play it safe. The last thing the Pandar of the dinosaurs needs is to start pissing people off and then getting booted. As just opposed as playing a Vitalist Ruler where I show up and I'm immediately chucked out the door. A Necromancer? We will sleep at nighttime. This man is clearly a Necromancer. He's summoning the dead! He's also a monk. So I can become wounded. Or I can learn about demonology, which gets me 3, but it does bring down my piety gain by 15. No, this is not allowed. I will run. We in abject terror. Alright. Seize the moment to annoy with this man. Alright, success. We gained a little bit of provisions. I can't visit the place? Why can't I not visit the place? Hi, empty crates. No poaching. Oh, because it's being sieged. I'm back. Did I miss much? No, you've only missed me doing a, contract. So I will now continue traveling the land. In the hopes of someday securing for thee an army. He's only got treasure hunting. Let's get on with the task. Faithful visitor. Traveler. Yes. Join me, holy man. I need to go play some Civ 6 here in a sec. Well then, I guess you have a good one, Ariel. Thanks for dropping in. Actually, how long have I been at this? Only been 2 hours? Familiar rations. Hi! When did the beard happen? Okay, you planning to continue Deus Ex? I don't know if I'll do it this week, but I am planning to continue. I haven't forgotten the game, Lemon. Trust me. Pandulf the Purple. Now that's a Pandar. You know what? Yeah, I think I'll keep the beard. In fact, I will make sure to mention it to the Deerl that he now needs to grow a very, very, very long beard. Needs a staff. Alright, there we go. Just to make a little something to note to share for later. Would you get the beard? I know, that's what I'm saying. That beard just spawned out of nowhere. But I have to admit, it does look quite catchy, so I'm keeping it. I mean, with this look. Join me. I will at least say this, I'm having a way easier time than I did last night. But again, that was also because I was playing a lord who was a pagan, so... going into Christian lands as a pagan lord is probably not a very good idea. Let's be honest. So I never really done the Roman pagan band. That more fun than playing normal? Actually, I did the, Vidalism. Paganism. It's the one that, hang on. Can I look at other faiths? Yes, I can look at other faiths. No. Let's show every single one. It's probably... I did this faith. As a traveling lord last night. And I will only say that, I got booted from literally almost every single Catholic place and Islamic place. I got a little bit of a break in India, but... well, I'd say it was probably by this point in the travels when I got a break. But at the beginning, it is very rough in Europe and Africa, in the Middle East. Which gods were you worshipping? Let me bring it up again. This one. I don't think the Finnish culture also helped either. Baltics gotcha. Because I think it's a combination of culture and religion, and if the cultures are not very in line along with the religion, you are bound to get booted. What happened to your old server? Did Duggo delete it? Did he? No, I think it's still around. Alright, he did a major purge. A major purge. So anyone that was once on there has now been since removed. Alright, yay! Success. You know, I am playing the Traveling Lords probably as intended in a way. You know, never mind traveling halfway across the world. What's the point in that? It is because Duggo has felt that the server needs to go back to the way it used to be before I, got very big into streaming, shall we say. Here you go. Have a nice big old spear. Silly furry man. I know. Hang on. How do I... Haha, here we go. There you go, Pandar. Have a nice spear. Courtesy of me. Silly furry man. I know, silly furry man. Praise to the gods, gets booted. Pandar, praise to God. Welcome here! It's fine. You look like a guy from the Far East with his Merlin beard. No, you're welcome here. You worship the right god. Guess he doesn't see me as a regular. Yeah, a lot of people got removed. I'm only still there because, of course, I'm the guy who built it originally. Well, I say built it. I don't know the term. The one time I actually want learning stuff, and I don't get learning stuff. This is cursed. Remember, we aren't here to earn. Arguing... You have an educated discussion. Guide to... Doodling thoughts. You know what? Just doodling. Alright, so... Pilgrimage cost. Proselytize the locals! Because that sounds like a very Pandar thing would do. When he... roars, or excuse me, cries out the name. He's a man like you around the camp. How much did you say those maps were? Excuse me. You know, I'm a little annoyed this is actually going way more smoothly. But I will also like to point out that because I'm actually playing the game as it was intended. At least for Traveling Lords. Don't worry, I'll find some way to fuck it up. I always do. You've come a long way. Alright, I think it is time to leave Italia and head for the capital of the East Roman Empire, aka the Byzantine Empire. And once again, we will live by the boat. because boat is great. Boat is good. Boat is life. There we go. Boat. We boat our way. Going to Asia Minor now, are we? Yes, we are going to Asia Minor. There's only one way to solve this. Having time for petty squabbling. You know what? If you guys can't resolve your differences, there's only one way for you to solve this. You must have a punching match. I don't know how you get, cuts, but it was a punching match. Danger! Woman overboard! Alright, we'll save her. Alright, we are here in Asia Minor now. What looks to be a declining Eastern Roman Empire. Really? The Byzantines were a lot stronger. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I've seen playthroughs where Bulgaria kicks their ass, so... It's time to do some mingling. Alright, why not? I guess we'll do some Justicar stuff. And I guess we'll go rescue a fair subject, because why the hell not? I forgot to travel by the book, or travel by the boat. And I forgot to do proselytization. Alright, it's Princess Diary. Wait, is it Princess Diary? Wait, what's the hell the one with that? What is that movie with, What is that movie where the guy promises to marry the girl, but then she goes away, waits for a different prince, only for the original guy to show up? Princess Bride! There, that's the one I'm thinking about. Why didn't I remember that? Or, I should say, why didn't I remember that? You know what? We'll let it play out. Well, rip. I'ma save. We'll seize the moment. Back to the wilds. I tried. That duel to the death has ruined everything. Because they could not get along. Alright, well. Hi, who is this lady? She is gluttonous and terrible. You will not join. Who is up for recruitment? 51, 65. Oh, these are terrible choices. These are terrible choices. I don't even know how this happened. It just happened. Well, I guess welcome to this game. Like I said, its RNG can be kind of bullshit at times. Do I really want to, though? That is ruled by those. I probably... Oh no, I can't. Oh, actually, there is one. Well, two I can go to. Alright, anyway, bring me back to that. We will protect the innocent. Or at least attempt to protect the innocent. Here you go. You will have that. Oh no. We stand as one! And that, chat, is why I say the RNG is so bullshit. I'm not kidding. That is one of those things that gets you wrecked faster than anything. This is why I always say, live by the boat, die by the boat. Because any kind of land travel gets you into an RNG situation with a good chance for you to effectively fall off the edge of a mountain. And get wrecked. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. This was originally supposed to be a Victoria 3 stream rather than a Crusader Kings 3 stream, so... I definitely know tomorrow will be Stellaris. It just might be the question of if I roll my Stellaris into one stream, where I at first do a little bit of solo, then do a little bit of... Wait, hang on. No, I can't do that, because Glitch is using a controller, so that doesn't work. Do expect Stellaris at least tomorrow. Rather if I do a second stream, or... just maybe do one... I'll figure it out. But otherwise... that is what I call... unlucky RNG. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget to like and sub, follow on Twitch, sub on the Red app, follow on X, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.